Hello, everybody. Here we are, another episode. I always say that. Here we are. Today I'm trying the Celsius. I already had one this morning. You know my addiction, y'all. I can't get rid of it. And let's do a quick ASMR while I open this because I haven't even opened it yet. Oh. Ooh, that was nice. Never tried this flavor. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Caffeine and Confessions. Alright. I look a little rough. I just had to write an essay and I literally wrote it under 30 minutes and I have to go to work soon. Oh. I went to the gym this morning. It's a productive day. It is a productive day, everybody. I'm going to edit this video today too, hopefully before I have to go to work, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Craziest sighting yesterday, speaking of the gym, I was doing leg extensions and this 40-year-old man was on the hip thrusting machine. And out of my corner of my eye, in my peripheral vision, I see just someone going wild. Just the most wild I've ever seen anyone go on the hip thrust machine. I turned to my left. It's this 40-year-old guy. He is really thrusting, y'all. Really thrusting. Like, it's like no form involved. It's one of the ones that you're not setting up for, right? It's like a machine and you can put on the weights on the side of it. He was and like going so fast. I was like, bro, he's gonna break his lower back. He stops and I think his wife or something comes out of the BBL room, if you know what I mean. It's actually like a separate room at this gym just for glutes. It's the greatest thing invented. Anyways, she comes out of that room. She's probably like 40s as well. And she's like talking to him. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, yo? Craziest sighting. Anyways, I have some good talk today. I have some sad talk. I have some interesting things that I'm very curious about, as always. So basically, in my last relationship, I thought and I was told that I was kind of an avoidant attachment, which I was really had to think hard about, because being avoidant attachment, if you don't know what that means, is whenever anything becomes emotional or too deep, you basically book it. Like, you're out, you're not dealing with it, you're not afraid of leaving the person, you don't get deep emotional connection. Okay, basically. If you need to look up a better definition, go look it up before we get into this. I was told, and I believed myself, that I might have been an avoidant attachment, which was strange because in the relationship I had before, I was anxiously attached, like very anxiously, and he was the avoidant and he didn't communicate, and I was always the one trying to communicate, and that was basically why the relationship ended. Was I was more emotionally mature and wanted to have these conversations when he couldn't. And yeah, basically multiple times I would cry about stuff that upset me. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't fix it. It was tough. It was real tough. And when I got into this last relationship, I was anxiously attached for like the first year. Really like hardcore. I had issues with him hanging out with girls, and people are going to be like, you are controlling. Yes, I was. And I've talked about this a little bit. It very much has to do with yourself and how secure you are in yourself in the moment. So I was not having the best year of my life, and that is what's happened. Anyways, this whole last year, it was basically like, London, you're kind of avoidant. You're not like trying to open up to all these things, and like you can't have serious conversations. Like, you just don't want to talk. Like, you just need your space all the time. And seriously, I was like, why am I like this? Like, I thought that's why. But okay, here's the thing. I talked to my therapist. No, I was not an avoidant attachment. I had things built up that made me an avoidant, but I was not an avoidant attachment. So here's the difference, basically. People are going to get these confused because if you have an avoidant attachment, you would know. You would have had past experiences from when you were younger affect you to where you have like had it from an early age. It's not just something that just happens for a year and then goes away. It is something that you've grown up with and you have trauma from your past or something that has created this and you've grown up with it. Being avoidant to things in a relationship can just be things that are built up and not talked about. It doesn't have to necessarily be your whole personality. I guess this is what I'm trying to say is like, I thought this was me. I thought I was the problem, but no, there were more deeply rooted issues within the relationship or within my life that was making me avoidant rather than being an avoidant attachment. And same thing, being a narcissist, I genuinely thought like, and I think I've talked about this in a little bit, I was like, oh, I kind of am a narcissist. Like, I low-key feel like I am because I can be self-absorbed. But that is not the case, guys. Sometimes I just say stuff and I don't mean it, so bear with me. You'll never know if you get the truth out of me on this freaking podcast because I'm always changing my mind. It's just, okay, so I can have narcissistic traits, but it doesn't mean I'm a narcissist. And these narcissistic traits are not coming from whatever I said, trauma, whatnot. It is because I've been dealing with so much stuff. So it creates this need for working like on yourself and not having the energy for others' feelings because you are just not in a good spot. So are you a narcissist or are you just struggling? Because you can have narcissistic and avoidant tendencies from just struggling in general, which I didn't realize until I talked to this person. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was feeling terrible about myself, honestly. I was like, what have I become? Who am I? Like, who is this person? She used to be like, honestly, I was a people pleaser, and we're going to get into that a little bit, but people pleasing can be very good and very bad. So we'll go into that. But honestly, these things can come off as selfish because you are doing all this stuff for yourself because you were just not in a good spot. And so people, like, I've been called selfish multiple times by, I'm not going to say who because that wouldn't be good. I don't want to expose. But if you feel like anyone in your life is being selfish or like doesn't care about you, maybe ask them how they're doing. If they say they're doing fine and they're chilling and nothing's been bad in their life, then I would run from that person genuinely because they might just be a narcissist. But if they're actually going through something, definitely like you have to kind of give them some credit. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Not all people are trying to be selfish and trying to be a certain way. It's genuinely most of the time, not all the time, has something to do that they're going with what they're going through or what they've been through. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is if you're considering dropping someone, staying friends with someone, anything like that, have talks with them, communicate with them before you drop it. That will be your answer, is when you talk to them and you guys can give each other grace for whatever you're going through. Will be, and if they're not doing anything, you're not doing anything, you guys are just narcissistic, okay, like whatever. But you know what I'm saying. You get it. But yeah. So I'm kind of just, I'm relieved because I genuinely thought like I was kind of narcissistic and had the traits, but no, it's nothing to do with that. But okay, moving on. Moving on. Before I get into the people pleasing, this is something that I just need to know. Why do guys hold their freaking crotch when they are singing? Performers, Justin Bieber, whoever. Why are they doing this? Is it to air out them balls? Like, I don't know. Because this is something I was thinking about. Because when I was at the Tyler concert, as you can tell my shirt. Maybe you can't tell. It says Chromacopia. When I read it for the first time, I was like, Chromacopia. I was like, what? Because that's how it should be said, but like, it's because the song goes Chromacopia. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, why do they grab onto their nutsacks? I think I'm gonna answer this myself. I think it's because they're sweating while they're performing and they have to air out them balls, like I said. But if a guy has a better answer for me, please let me know. Because is it just like a style thing? Is it like supposed to be cool? Because I don't think, to me, it doesn't look too cool, bud. But whatever you want to do, it's your life. YOLO. YOLO. Okay, okay, also, another thing I was thinking about while I was at the concert. Guys, I haven't been to a concert in a minute, so that's why all these things are coming up just now. What if the artist has to poop in the middle of it? It's always got to do with poop on this podcast, doesn't it? It always has to go, like, I always have to go to the poop topic. I don't know what it is. What if they have to poop in the middle of their performance? Because sometimes it's like 2 hours long, and they don't get a break. Or, like, they have to pee. I guess it's, like, you can hold your pee for 2 hours, but shitting is, like, different. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I don't know. Maybe, like, artists, like, because it is kind of nerve-wracking to get out in front of people. They probably just get nervous shits before they get on stage. So it's like, oh, I can poop before. But, like, me, I feel like if I were performing for thousands of people, and I got on stage, I would definitely have to shit in the middle of it. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it before because I was so nervous, and then I'd be nervous on stage. So my bowel movements start going. I don't know. Guys, should I just, like, full send that? Like, I totally would be into, like, performing and stuff. People are gonna be like, you're so into yourself. You're so... No, they're not. Because, come on. It's good to have some confidence. I feel like I could do it. I think it'd be terrible for, like, maybe a year. Like, I'd really have to, like, work on being in front of that many people and, like, performing. But, like, that's not just, like, how it happens. You just don't immediately get the crowd like that. Like, maybe should I start creating, like, music and, like, performing? Guys, that would be, like, a dream. Like, imagine, that's what you do for your job, is just sing and dance on stage. Like, that's how you make money, and you just get to wear cool clothes, create, like, whatever, just, like, be creative in general. Like, Tyler has his own clothing brand. He does crazy props on stage. I could do that. Self-realization right now. I'm only 19. I still have time. I'm going to really think about this and talk about it on another episode, because genuinely, what if though? No dreams are too big, everybody. Just letting you know. I'm able to talk like this because I genuinely believe I could probably do it. It's a lot of chance. It's a lot of luck. But consistency is key, like I say. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, so do you have to, like, interrupt someone in the middle of the show to, like, if you have to poop or something? I feel like that's what you'd have to do, is be like, or, like, maybe they have, like, a secret, like, a word, like, pineapple, or, like, signal to, like, be like, okay, like, quick break after this song or something. Probably. It's probably happened. I probably should have just looked it up, because there's probably an answer to this. These are just some random thoughts, guys. Okay. People pleasing. Let's just get into this, and then I'll go to the rest stuff. How is it bad for you? Guys, it can be so bad. I feel like there's more bad in people pleasing than good. This is why. I don't know how I feel about this Celsius. Like, it literally tastes like straight lemonade. It's really strange. Like, I don't taste blue raspberry, just taste lemonade. Anyways, let's continue. You can start, like, neglecting yourself, like, if you people please too hard. And I know, see, this is the thing. This is how I knew I wasn't really a narcissist and like, avoid it, because I'm such a big people pleaser. I've been a people pleaser my entire life until my life got so tough that I had to focus on myself. And basically, but when I was a people pleaser, it was too much. Like, I needed to dial it back. So now I feel like I'm at a good spot where I'm pretty balanced on like what I'm doing for myself and what I'm doing for others, because I want to make sure I'm there for other people, but also like I should be focusing on myself, like as everyone should. But like burnout, resentment, mentally drained, it can all happen if you're people pleasing too hard, which has happened to me before. But that's when I literally just like, I would drop the person because I wasn't being myself. Genuinely, I need to find another word for genuinely, sorry guys, but like, you neglect yourself putting in all this effort for someone else. You're not even yourself, basically. You lose yourself in someone else, basically. Even if it's a friend, even if it's your boyfriend, whoever you're doing this for, you are losing yourself by doing it too often. And this can lead to like feeling like no one really knows you, because like your identity is like trying to be and trying to do stuff for this other person, but it's like really not yourself. It's lonely too, because you're just like, who am I anymore? I don't know what I'm interested. What am I doing for myself? Like, I'm doing all these things for other people. Is that who I am? Sometimes it'll like, that's who you are. You're the people pleaser. You're the one that does everything for everyone else. But you're like, wait, what do I like to do? What hobbies do I have? What am I involved in anymore? And that can be so lonely. But I have like an instance of this where I was such a big people pleaser in this phase, and I have an example. So, okay, I was talking about this girl in my other podcast that I hung out with, and I was drained afterwards. But let me tell you why. Well, a short answer is I was people pleasing the entire time, but let's get into that. So I don't want to make this girl feel bad or anything, so I'm not going to like explain like the whole situation, because I know like from hints and stuff, all my old friends back home will like understand who I'm talking about, and I don't want that to get out and be bad for anyone. But basically, my guy friend was talking to this girl. I was trying to do a good one for him, like being friends with her and stuff, and so like I tried to like get him a little bit of an in, right? And I was starting to hang out with this girl. And I, just so we could like all hang out together, I was like, maybe we should be friends. Like, also, I was like totally into it. I wanted another friend. I wanted to go out and hang out with a group of people again. That's where I feel most alive. Like, I vibe the most with a ton of people. So I was like, okay, like this is gonna be great. I'm gonna make friends from hanging out with this friend, and like we'll all be good friends. Okay, so basically, this is just one day of hanging out. I could not do it, guys. I couldn't. And when just someone's not your person, so you're just exhausted while hanging out with them. When there's someone that you don't vibe with or you don't click with, and you guys just don't relate, it can be so exhausting. And so this entire day, I was just doing whatever she wanted, because I was just like, I'm gonna do this for him. Like, I'm doing this for him. I'm doing this for her. Like, I'm gonna, like, I was almost like middleman, kind of. But we were hanging out, and I was like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Okay, like, we'll go to my house. She goes in my room, and she's like, do you have any old clothes that you don't want? And I'm like, not that I don't have a ton of clothes, so I don't think I could give any away. But she goes in my closet, she grabs some clothes, and she's like, can I have these? I was like, the people pleaser in me was like, oh, maybe she needs clothes at home. Like, maybe she doesn't have any. Like, yeah, of course, just take them. Also, these clothes were like a little small for me, so I was like kind of fine with it anyways, but I still was like not ready to give them up, So I was like, okay, sure. So that was like, and then we were in my house, and she was wearing a string thong bikini. We were about to go swimming. And I feel like I'm exposing this a little bit too much. Like, they might know who this is. I don't know. Oh, is this bad? I don't know. It's fine. Ooh, I'm scared. And we were with my parents. Like, my whole family was in the living room. She's just out there. And I'm too much of a people pleaser that I was just like, oh, like, I don't want to make her uncomfortable, make her feel bad for, like doing that. And, like, just having ass and everything out all in front of everyone. Like, I just felt so uncomfortable. So that was draining. And then we just went to all these stores. And, like, the way she was talking, like, oh, I just tried to like relate, right? Because this person I just could not relate to. But you try your best. Like, if you're trying to be friends with someone, you want to like be into the same stuff. So I was like putting on this front and like trying to make her feel good. Like, it was all about her all day. And I didn't even realize it because it was just me people pleasing. I was just I don't even know how to explain it. I was just acting like someone that I wasn't. And it was so tiring that when I got home, and I went to my boyfriend's house, I cried for like 10 minutes because I was like, I just can't ever hang out with her again. Like, I can't. Like, I didn't even feel like I was myself. Like, I can't. I felt like we were doing everything she wanted because I felt bad. It was this whole thing. So this is where I'm like, guys, this can be so not good for you. So make sure before you decide to spend a whole day with someone that you actually get along with them and that you're not just going to do whatever they want. lesson of the story. Lesson of the story. No. What am I trying to say? My lesson was learned, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh gosh. But people pleasing can be good to an extent. It's how you kind of keep friends. If you're not doing anything for anyone else, it's like you might be a narcissist, basically. But no, but like, being for real, just don't make it everything. Don't make it your entire life. It's just like you can lose yourself and neglect yourself and all this stuff. But yeah, it's draining. I wanted to say this. I wrote this down. Can someone give me some good waterfall like hike spots in Orange County? Because I've been looking up hikes here and it's impossible. I don't even know, like, or someone give me an app or something. I know I talked about this with fishing, but like, I need to hike like really bad. I need to reconnect with nature, y'all. Like, really bad. So if you can't tell, like, I literally look so pasty white. I've been looking at screens all day from school and this, and then I go to work in fluorescent lighting. It's just like not good for me. I feel so dead inside. So yeah, just let me know if anyone knows of good ones in Orange County. Okay, this is a fun fact. Did you guys know that almost everyone in the entire world hates public speaking? Yeah, you probably did, because like almost everyone that's probably watching this does not want to go speak in front of 1,000 people if they were just asked to, like, right now. So I'm going to talk about, because I am in a communications class, I like to talk about why I'm just interested in all of it. Like, why people act this way, what are the fears behind public speaking, and why do people feel like this, basically. Because even for me, like, I can get on here, talk on this camera, be whatever. Some people can't even do this. Some people in my class, I watch their videos and I'm like, oh gosh, like, they are having a hard time even just talking like to themselves in front of a camera. Imagine like putting them in a room full of people. So I personally have such a hard time with public speaking. It's like, I'll do it, but I'm not going to enjoy it. I don't know anyone that actually like finds it really fun, you know? But I'm sure there are people out there that do, but they have worked to get to that spot. It does not come naturally for anyone. And I've realized that because we've been going through all the statistics in my class. There's like no one, even all these TED talkers, everyone, there is no one that actually is like built in, like loved it from the beginning. Everyone has worked up to actually being able to do it and have fun with it. So this is why some people are afraid of it. The first and biggest reason why people cannot public speak is fear of judgment, this is so basic. It's like, obviously, like, you don't want to feel judged when you're up there, whatever. Like, you don't want to have people commenting on what you're saying or like making fun of you for something that you say. That's really that's the terrifying part, is like, what if you get down from whatever you talked about and people took it the wrong way too? It's like, and then maybe like everyone hates you. It's just fears of like people, you being perceived a certain way and things like that, which is definitely hard to like overcome. And I think even, and that made me realize like even people that put on a video, like make a video for our class, like because I'm taking communications online, we have to post videos to YouTube in the module class thing, whatever. It made me realize that's probably why people have such a hard time posting their videos. It's like, no, even though they're not standing in a room full of people, people are still gonna watch their video because we're supposed to watch the videos back and comment on them. So in their mind, they're probably fearing all this stuff. Like, oh, what if I say it the wrong way? Whatever. Like, another reason, and I think this is the second, I put these in order. The second biggest reason I feel like is because they're scared of failing or forgetting what to say or weren't like super prepared. So failure obviously is the scariest thing, and that's why people don't like change, obviously. And it's something that you really, really have to train your mind every day to overcome, because there are so many little things throughout your day that are going to scare you, and you can either choose to like be comfortable and sit in it, or overcome the fear and get out there and do it. And you'll honestly, sitting in it, you're just going to be comfortable. Getting over the fear, you're going to feel so much better. So failing, getting over the fear, or was I saying failure? Yeah, getting over whatever you're scared to fail at, basically. And failing is, yes, the scariest thing ever, but you get used to it. And if you're so comfortable with failing over and over and over again every single day or every single week or every single month, whatever, it makes you a better person, and it'll when you talk or have a public speaking arrangement, gosh, I lost my train of thought. It'll be so much easier because you're like, I don't fear failure. I don't fear failure anymore because I've done it so much that there's nothing to worry about. Gosh, my brain is fried, guys. This hurts my brain to talk about. Another one. Forgetting. Okay, no. Did I say this? I don't have my glasses on. I literally can't read this far. It's like, I keep looking over here, but I genuinely cannot read. Just give me a second. Oh, so I kind of mentioned this, but like being afraid to like that what you're trying to like convey is not getting received the same way you played it in your head. Like, I think this is one of my biggest fears is like when I talk, even just on the camera, if I am talking and like I can't get what I'm trying to, like, I can't get to my point. There's a lot of videos that I posted where I'm just like, dude, like, that is not what I was trying to, like, get to. But it's okay because, like, I can keep doing this and I can reevaluate what I had already put out and make it better every episode or whatever. So maybe it's, like, I didn't go in depth enough or whatever. Like, I think that's just a big fear is, like, not being, like, people not understanding you how you understand yourself when you're trying to talk in public. And then I think the last thing that can really affect public speaking is just having negative experiences in the past. This can either be good or bad. Like, if you have a lot of failures and you've you've gotten over them, that's great. But if you've had a lot of failures and just negative experiences where you have never, like, you can't get over them, it can really affect when you get up in front of a ton of people and try. Like, I remember one of my guy friends, I forgot about this. One of my guy friends had to give his speech. He had a poster or something for his class for his speech in, I don't know if it was high school or middle school. And he got the biggest random boner, and he had to get up in front of the class, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, I felt like all eyes were on me. That was the worst experience of my life. He's like, I tried to put the poster over it, but I don't know if it worked. All this stuff. It's just like, okay, I could see how that could maybe affect you in the future. Now you're thinking like, oh shit, don't get a boner this time, you know? But that's like very simple. Like there are way worse ones, like maybe tripping or falling or something really embarrassing. Maybe you peed yourself on accident. I don't know. But I know that can have a super big effect on you. Okay, we're literally running out of time. I'm literally over time right now, but let me tell you the biggest thing that's helped me to with public speaking in general and at school, and like I've had to public speak with like coaches and other tennis players and stuff like that. It's just like to not, okay, this is the hardest, but my biggest piece of advice is just not to overthink it. And I know people are overthinkers and that's really hard for some people, but you gotta like let whatever you're thinking about, like as soon as you start thinking about it, think about something else. Because if you overthink it, or you like, the more you try to prepare or you over prepare, the way you present it, you're gonna be like way less yourself. Okay, that was terrible grammar, but you get what I'm saying. You're not gonna be yourself, and then sometimes it'll just make you freeze because you're just like too much. It's like information overload in your brain. Like I did this so many times. I have all this information. I have to do this perfect. Like it's almost like you get to this point in your head where it's like it needs to be perfection because you've done it so much and you work so hard on it. So if you just go with the flow, look at your notes every once in a while, don't stress it. That is my biggest piece of advice. Like definitely know what you're going to talk about and like know the points you're trying to get to, but all the little details, don't worry about them until like the day of, because then you're prepared, but you're not extremely prepared to the point where you're like what I was saying, information overload, and you can't do anything. Okay, I am done talking about this. I'm so glad. These were very important. I don't know. Was this an important episode? Yeah, it was. I feel like I gave some good advice. Oh, gosh. I don't know. I don't like to end the video, but I have to because I don't want to edit anything longer than this stuff. It's too much work. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. I don't know if I'll have a video this Thursday just because I might be on vacation. I'm getting my tattoo touched up. I'm so excited. It's going to be darker. It's going to finally be darker. It's way too green right now. But I'll keep you posted. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.